some people, especially those that have never been here, I think they just their key word for Dunedin are students and cold. They just sort of have a short circuit when we said we were leaving and moving here. I found it really easy actually to meet people and to collaborate with people and to make friends. I was amazed actually. My partner and I went to art gallery openings at the DPAG and at some of the smaller independent galleries, and that was a great way to meet artists. We got our community together pretty quickly actually, and I think there was a thing, there's kind of a fresh blood thing when people come to Dunedin, that people have been here for a while, like, oh wow, there's a new person and they seem quite interesting. So, and I think we now do that a little bit when someone new arrives.
There's quite a few different things that made me want to move here as opposed to other places. I think that one of the big things was like after being part of ID Fashion Week here, I was in the emerging designer section, and that was really, really fun. And then I was looking around and it seemed like, you know, there's quite a good little fashion scene down here and lots of people interested. And then I was looking around and like thinking about that, and I was looking for a new workspace because I was at home at the time. And I was like looking on Trade Me, and then I started to find places like this one, you know, and they're like, it's uncomparable to anywhere else in the country. Like I can have a really nice workspace down here, and I don't feel like I'm that disadvantaged being down here. Maybe I am, but you know, I don't feel like it's that much of a disadvantage because just what with the World Wide Web and stuff, you know, I don't feel like I need to be in Auckland or, you know, Wellington or anything, like because it's quite easy to, you know, just try and market yourself endlessly online, and then I can have a really nice workspace here where I can actually do everything in-house how I want to, you know. And I also just enjoy like the South Island because I've always, you know, I grew up down here in Stuffwell and Christchurch, so I think that the South Island has less labels and less people around our age trying to do stuff. So I don't think that I would like respond well to the competition in other areas. Like I think that I find it a bit like intimidating, so I just quite like being down here and just kind of doing my own thing without feeling like it's a competitive environment, you know.
I feel in Dunedin that it can really happen here without having such a commercial focus straight away, and I like that. I like to be able to make artworks and then let them sit in the studio for a little while, and so I can look at them and figure out, you know, what's going on in them and the themes and whether they're any good and whether I actually want people to look at them. I continue to come back to Dunedin, I think, because it is quite a good base, and it's a great place where you can easily sort of go away and have experience and kind of, you know, fill your bucket, so to speak, and, you know, get lots of inspiration, and then kind of come back to Dunedin and use Dunedin as a place to kind of like draw out some of those like bigger ideas and things like that. And I think it just comes back down to like being super cheap here, so that you can actually spend time in the studio and actually, you know, figure out ways to make really good artworks.
I think a lot of people do come here because it's cheap to set up, and they can concentrate on their work without all the fluff, you know, all the sort of I think the scene can get exceptionally competitive and cynical. Not that those elements are not here. There's also a lot of melancholy apparently here. I've never, you know, I'm from Auckland. I was up, I put yellow on my windows, you know, I don't care, you know, I sort of make it happy. Fill the stuff up with flowers. I'm not really interested in nihilism at all. But there's big groups of people who are, and that becomes a milieu of some sort. And people say, oh, Dunedin's very dark, blah, 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 but it's not what my experience is. It's so beautiful. The isolation is quite interesting, and it's good for the work, I think. Why do people leave Dunedin? Well, if you want a career, perhaps you should leave. But if you want a life, I think you should stay. A career and a life don't necessarily go together too well.
I think that more people should look at moving to Dunedin, you know, and getting a big space and doing lots of work, because there's lots of, you know, really cool affordable spaces down here, and it's a nice wee local area.